Welcome back to Origami Snowman. Not gonna do a 5 up, 5 down, but we are gonna just talk. Gonna talk about tabletop games, board games, fun maybe card games, dice games, things that are you know what I'm talking about. Now, everyone they're the games that everyone knows. Everyone's been playing for 100 years. Monopoly, things like that. Scrabble. Those are great. Good old standbys, but I want to talk about some less known games, or maybe games that everyone knows, but kind of maybe you don't know about. Or, well, you know what? I'm not going to limit myself. I'm just going to do what I do, and I'm going to talk, and my thoughts are going to go where they will, and my mouth, if it's lucky, will be able to keep up. So, growing up, like we played a lot of games. As you can see by how good I am at games now. We played a lot of games when I was a kid. I was the youngest of three. We did not have a lot of money, but there were always games. There was always that to do. We couldn't always go to the movies. We couldn't always go to the roller dome and go ice skating. Wait, no, ice skating. You roller skate. Wow, God. I'm a mess. I just had some ice cream, and now the sugar is making me not smart. Yeah, it was the sugar that did that, not anything else. And but we always had games. We played Monopoly. I never won Monopoly. We played. We had a game called the Ungame. if you grew up in the evangelical Christian church in the 80s, I guarantee you either owned or knew someone who owned the Ungame. Focus on the Family. Oh, what a terrible trash game. It was just no winners, no losers, just feelings. I wanted to die. So it was just we had a lot of things like that my mom heard about on the radio and thought we should get that. And then nobody wanted to play it because they were terrible. But we played a lot of games. Trouble, that was a popular one because you couldn't, like, my sister could change the rules as she needed in order to win, and I wasn't smart enough to cheat myself, so she always won. So we played a lot of games like that, and now we we have different games now, things like Settlers of Catan or Catan. Hang on 1 second, hold please. Okay, so anyway, I'm back, and people will argue. There's a lot of disappointment right now between me exploding just a moment ago and then me overshooting dramatically. So there's a lot of argument over how to pronounce Catan. Here in America, we don't like a vowel to sound the same way more than once. If we can change it up, we will. So if you're going to be super duper American about it, you're going to say Catan. Catan. Speed, was it Lightning McQueen? Ka-chow. So, but if you want to go with the German, which this is a German, the German game, Klaus Tuber, the inventor of Settlers of Catan, was German, and most languages that make sense, their letters, they make one sound, and they stick with it. So the A makes a ah sound. In fact, that is their word for the letter A, ah. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, that's ah. There we go, look. So technically it is Catan. However, it makes me just want to say katana. So I say Catan because I don't, whatever. My mom's family, they were hillbillies. My dad's family, they were rednecks. I'm lucky to have gotten out alive. So Catan, I don't really care. I say Catan. But, oh my goodness. Settlers of Catan is really, it's really fun. It's a nice balance between luck and strategy. I'm bad at strategy. I'm also bad at luck. So my wife wins that game a lot. She likes it. So we play it. It's fun. There's Carcassonne. That's another nice sort of, it's a slower game. It's you basically build the board as you play. And, you build it. That I was robbed there. You all saw that, right? You build the board to create cities and farms and rivers, and it's a really nice game. It can be very leisurely. If you play with the base game, it's not real combative. You're not, it's not an offensive kind of game. Like, you're not playing so much against someone else as you're sitting across the table playing the same game as someone else. You don't really find out who's winning until the end when you total up your points. But if you want to be a real jerk about it, the game offers many opportunities to be a jerk. Those are nice games. Leisurely, you kind of, you're not doing anything the rest of the evening. You have some hot tea and a little bowl full of snacks, and you play your games. It's nice. Nobody gets crazy. Nobody flips the table. It's just, they're nice games. They both have loads of expansion packs, which is not really a thing that was around when I was a kid. There wasn't like Monopoly, Billionaire Edition, or I don't know. They're like, you didn't buy expansion packs to make the game longer. You just had the game. Nowadays, you gotta have expansion packs. One game that has loads of expansion packs, it's called Small World, and it is nothing but it's not small. Ooh, hello. Look this game up. Google it, and just like look at the boxes, like an unboxing. There are so many pieces to this game. Literally hundreds. It's like Axis and Allies, which is a game I don't want to talk about because I've never played it. But like, if you ever played Risk and you look and you think, oh, there's so many pieces. Yeah, they're all kind of the same piece. They're just different values on each piece. Well, that is not the case with Small World. Small World, every piece has some other. It's so confusing and so complicated. It's really fun, but I don't play it often enough to not need a refresher every single time I play. But you can get loads of expansion packs, and it's really, a lot of people really like it. It's a clever game. It's a fun game. One that is pretty simple, and my kids loved it growing up. I still think it's a great game. We just never play it anymore. It's called King of Tokyo. You're monsters, basically, and you're attacking Tokyo. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a goofy, silly game. Lots of ins and outs. A lot of little things to tweak the game, and that's a fun one. I just got one for Christmas called Abduction. It's a real simple game. It's basically, I'll just say there's a rubber UFO and it's full of 80 plastic ducks. There you go. That's the relevant points of the game in a nutshell. There are no nuts or shells in the game, however, so you'd have to supply your own, maybe with your snacks. Almonds are nice if you can afford them. Cashews are also great. Let's see. I had Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride is a favorite in our house. We really like Ticket to Ride. My wife, she has a lot of administrative gifts. She will look at a task or she will look at a situation, and just part of her brain, she sees what needs done. It's just the way she was made. She's very gifted in this. None of the rest of us have that gift, which drives her absolutely crazy. However, she appreciates that she's the only one good at it when we play Ticket to Ride, because she is just naturally good at not only completing the task at hand, but preparing for future tasks. And that's kind of what the game is. You get basically a destination. You get like a destination and a point A and a point B on a map. And she has to create a route from point A to point B. Well, once she's completed that task, she then draws another task, which is another point A and another point B. Knowing full well that she's probably going to be, completing another road, she has prepared her first road to make that second road as easy to complete as possible. She's just really good at thinking ahead and thinking through things. And she for the most part, she kind of dominates us. And that's great. We enjoy playing games with her, and she enjoys winning. So that's another popular one. Lots of expansion packs. You get different maps, and each map has different rules, and some, It can look like a daunting game, so they've made smaller versions. There's some that's instead of across the whole country, you're just traveling across New York City. And instead of trains, you've got cabs. It's a cute little game. A lot of fun. I highly recommend if you've never played. Oh, let me look over there. What else? Oh, one game we don't have that I really enjoyed. And this is one with lots and lots of expansion packs, and you can really let yourself sink into this. My friends Nathan and Heather, they have this game. They introduced this game to us. My wife was not a fan. I really enjoyed it. I would like to play it again. I told Nathan this, and he said, "You come over to my house anytime, and we will play this game." It's called Sentinels of the Multiverse. It's it's superheroes and villains, and depending on who you pick, you team up, and you all have different powers and different abilities, and you play different cards, and you do different things, and you have to defeat this villain. It's a cooperative game, but it was really fun. We had a very nice time, and unfortunately, I could feel my wife's brain leaking out of her skull as we played. It was not her cup of tea. There were too many variables that she couldn't control. Too many. It's not that she has a control. Oh, now I'm in trouble. Boy, oh boy. Sentinels of the Multiverse. That's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Now, if you like party games, like Apples to Apples, that one, okay, mid. There are a lot of games like that, and they get old. There's one. It's called Utter Nonsense. That one's really fun. You basically have a statement, like a sentence, like a phrase that you have to say, and then someone else comes up with the accent, or like you have to mimic a character from a movie or an actor or whatever. And it's hilarious. There are family friendly versions of this game as well as Manson family friendly, I will put it that way. And what's really fun is when your small group from church is gathering for a Christmas party, and you have had so much schnapps, because it's Christmas, and then you break out the dirty pack, and it's so funny. I mean, it's just, you're laughing until you're crying, and it's just a good time. We go to a weird church. Anyway, so Utter Nonsense, that's a fun kind of party game. Another one that we like a lot and we've been playing for years is called Telestrations. I'm sure you know it. That one's really, really fun. My wife references a dancing raccoon I drew about 5 years ago, maybe more. It's just, it's nice. If you're not good at administration and maybe you're good at doodling, definitely your game. Oh, balls. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let's be reasonable and not curse at the phone. Okay, what else so we can move on? Yeah, I'm sitting in my big orange chair leaning, looking at this thing. Oh my goodness. Code Names. That is one of my favorites. That is such a fun game. It drives my wife crazy because if my son and I play, we think alike too well. And so he might look at the board and say, paperclip 7. And then boom, 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 boom. I find all 7 of the clues and we win the game, and she's just fuming, and she doesn't understand how on earth, this is just taking too long. I need to focus. This is what I should be, holy, I went backwards. Okay. I'm not gonna I did, I cleared it. Everybody be proud of me. I'd like some applause. Code Names is really, really fun. They do have very-ish. Either the ice cream has run its course, or my own ineptitude is, pushing forward and trying to resume control of my mouth. There are various versions of Code Names. We also have a Harry Potter code name, which we never play because I know Harry Potter too well, and also it's just not as fun. I mean, the rules are slightly different. It's just not quite the same. But regular old Code Names is really fun. Now, stuff like Monopoly, don't like Monopoly. Monopoly, it's just not fun to me. Yahtzee, I like Yahtzee. I'm a Yahtzee fan. Yahtzee was great because that's almost exclusively luck. But there's just that little extra bit of, like, administration, So I have to say, well, now I've got threes. I've got, threes. I could do three of a kind, but I could also just take my threes. What's more likely, like what's going to get me more points in the long run? Do I want to try to get more? You know what I mean? Like you can reason how you want to play your points. And good Lord, I'm bad at this. I'm good at Yahtzee though. So I've always liked Yahtzee. That was one that we played a lot when I was a kid. Hard to cheat at Yahtzee. So my sister didn't usually like playing Yahtzee. I'm so mean to my sister. I keep bashing her. And apparently, according to my mother, I murdered her in a novel. So, whatever. If you're interested, Secretly Kings is now available on Amazon. I'm not going to post the link. I feel that's a little self-serving. Although, really, I should. I think I will post the link. No, I don't want to post the link. That takes this whole video to a different level of effort. And as you can see, I'm not interested in effort. I push record, I talk, I play golf. When I edit, I trim the front, I trim the back, I make a thumbnail on, some free, whatever site, free app that I've got called Fonto, whatever. Yeah, I literally, I edit and I upload and I do everything. Usually standing in my kitchen right after I'm done recording these videos. So effort is not my thing. It's not my spiritual gift. Neither is administration. Oh, crumbs. So I think that what other old games are good? Scrabble is fun. However, you can play words with friends and you don't have to worry about cleaning up the board. So I get it, Oh my, that was impressively bad. Jeez. Scrabble, big fan of Scrabble. I like words. I know a lot of them. My mother-in-law, she's really good at Scrabble. But don't let her talk you into allowing French words into the game. Don't. It's not... I've been on the receiving end of her dropping, and I don't speak French. She does. I don't. And so I can't, I don't know. Is that a word? Maybe. She could just be lying. Who knows? I don't think my mother-in-law is a cheater or a liar, but what do I know? I'm not about to call her out. So, we're just going to shush and not talk. I'm fading fast. I've made 2 of these videos today, and I think maybe I should just stick with 1 at a time. It's, I'm kind of thinking I'd have a backup. I just sort of keep this extra video for if I wasn't feeling like making a video. Oh, boy. Yeah, no, I'm going to post this anyway. I'll probably post this later today because I just can't do it. I can't just keep things. Let's see what other games. Clue? Nah, I don't know. Clue's all right, whatever. It's not my favorite. Let us see what we have. Sequence. Oh my goodness. And a hole-in-one. I wasn't even looking. I was looking over at my games on the shelf. Actually, we keep most of our games, the ones that we play most often, we keep in our fireplace. Our fireplace has a big old crack in it, so it's not safe to actually use. And it's gonna be $3,000 to get it fixed. And even if it worked well, my wife does not trust fireplaces or bookshelves really, but she doesn't trust fireplaces to not burn your house down. So we don't really use our fireplace for fires. Instead, I built a shelf insert, just, to turn it into shelves. And we keep board games in there that we play a lot. Anyway, so that's what I was looking at an hour ago when I made that hole-in-one and then talked about it. Sequence is a great game. Works really well as a 2-player game. Very casual, nice low key. It's another one of those make some tea, have some snacks. Is it a snowy day? Great, break out Sequence. It's nice. It's a nice game, just peaceful. Dice games. We talked about Yahtzee. I like Yahtzee. There's a game that my wife and I have been playing for a number of years. My stepfather introduced us to this. I do not know who introduced him. It's called Fill or Bust. And it's sort of like if you've ever played Farkle. It's along those lines, but there's a whole deck of cards that go along with it. Different like types of roles that you have to fulfill. It's a really fun game. We haven't played that in a while, but I really like Farkle. Nope, I do like Farkle. I like Filler Bust. That's a good one. One that we have that we actually my daughter Silver Blood and we played last night is Zombie Dice. Zombie Dice is really stupid but really fun. You just it's themed around zombies. That's all it is. It's just a cup full of dice, and you're rolling them one at a time. You get points for brains, but if you get too many shotgun blasts, you lose your turn. It's quick and easy, and nobody has to really think. Oh boy, speaking of not thinking, holy cow, come on. So anyway, what else we got over there? I don't know. I'm afraid if I now one thing I like unique old games. Like I have one called Twixt that I found at a thrift store for $2. It's really unique. It's like a strategy wall building game. You're trying to get across the board while blocking someone else from getting across the board, and it's really unique, really interesting. I got it for dirt cheap. It's in great condition, and I've seen it sell for like $60, $70 online, but I also don't want to start doing that. I don't want to buy things just to sell them. I don't like that. Some people are good at that. Some people, that's what they do, and more power to them. I like to find things that I like. That's what I like to do that. I don't, if I find an old LP and it's, banged up, that's fine and all, as long as it's something that I like. I know a guy who only collects pristine LPs. I don't know. I mean, that's fine, but how are you enjoying them at that point? Is it just so you can say you have it? I don't know. Maybe. I'm going in the water here. See you later. Bloop. So that's not me. If I like a thing, I'm going to hang on to it. Okay? I have an autographed Slaughterhouse 5, Kurt Vonnegut. I don't know 100% that it's his autograph, but guess what? I like it. I like that it could be. And that's enough. Oh, that's enough for me. I'm not going to talk about how much I spent for it. Years and years and years and years ago. This was back when he was still alive. So, who knows what it's worth today, if anything. I don't care. It's mine. It's worth a lot to me. Let's see. What other games? Racco. That's a nice standby. There's one. This is one that I'd be surprised if any of you have heard of. It's called Dastardly Dirigibles. It's like a steampunk airship game. It's pretty fun. It's a good one to sit down and just goof around with for a little while. Tsuro, if you've never played Tsuro, that's a really fun tile game. You put little tiles down and you move your piece on it. It's really that one's kind of fun. There's some strategy to it. We've never gotten too deep into it to discover what the strategy is. Boy, I'm just running my mouth here. I'm looking over at our board game shelf, and I'm realizing most of those are puzzles. I have a problem with puzzles. We have quite literally in our basement right now, I think 70 some puzzles, jigsaw puzzles. 300 piece, 500 piece, 1,000 piece, 2,000 piece. I think we might have a 3,000 piece. I don't know. I tried a 5,000 piece puzzle once. My boss let me borrow it. I didn't even get the border together. I had to literally build an extension for a table in the basement to fit this puzzle on. And then it took me 3 days to get... No, I did get the border done. And then I thought, I hate this. This isn't fun. This is stressful. This is the next 6 months of my life. I was in a weird place. 6 months is probably a bit much. I can usually do a 1,000-piece puzzle in 1 to 2 sittings. That's my speed. But we're talking about board games here, guys. We're not talking about puzzles. Who started this? Who knew this? All right, okay, let's see if I can do this hole in one, and then I can end this video, because I'm rambling, and I don't really know where my thoughts are. My head isn't on straight. Let's boom, boom, and hole in one! Thank you guys so much. You're amazing and wonderful. I love you so much. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!